Hi, I'm Ian Bush, CEO and founder of Artist Guitars. Today I'm going to explain to you how to choose a guitar for a beginner. So here are the four main factors you want to consider when you're buying an electric guitar for a beginner. The first one is size and weight. The second one is pickups. Then we have tremolo, and the fourth one is style. So let's start with the first one, size and weight. So if you're buying a guitar for a small child, say under 12 years of age, you really want to consider getting a small size guitar like this Mini S. The Mini S weighs about 2.5 kilos, so it's quite easy for little hands to lift and to play. On the heavier scale of things, you can get like an LP style guitar like this one here, like a LP 59. These are generally very heavy guitars, and for most beginners they're probably a little bit too heavy. This weighs about 5 kilos. The STH model is good in between size and weight, and it weighs around 3.5 kilos. So it's not too heavy, and it's quite a good choice for most beginners. The second thing to consider is pickups. So most beginner guitars come with 3 single coil pickups like this model here. Single coils are great for clean sounds, but they're not good if you're going to use any type of distortion. If you're going to use distortion, you want to get a guitar that's got a humbucker pickup in it. So a humbucker pickup looks like this in the STH model. It's got 2 pickups side by side, and by having these pickups side by side, it helps to reduce the noise and hum in the guitar. You can also see that on this model here, where it's got a humbucker but it's covered by a metal cover. So inside of this pickup there actually is still 2 pickups, and you still get that humbucker noise cancelling effect. The third thing to consider is tremolo. So for beginners, we normally recommend against using tremolo, especially in the early stages of learning. Tremolo can cause a lot of problems with tuning if it's used incorrectly. So there's lots of different types of tremolos. The most basic type, like this model here on our STH, is used on lots and lots of different types of guitars. This tremolo itself doesn't cause a lot of problems because it's quite simple, but we would still recommend that people avoid using this style of trem. The second choice is a roller style or Bixby style trem. So these tremolos, when used incorrectly, will cause a lot of tuning issues on the guitar. So you really want to avoid getting a guitar with this style of trem on it, or using this if you do buy one with it. Now the worst possible tremolo for a beginner is a Floyd Rose or double floating style trem. In these style of guitars, if any of the strings has a problem with the tuning, it generally puts the whole guitar out of tune. And this can be a real problem for beginners, especially if they're not confident to use that style of tremolo just yet. Now the last key consideration when buying an electric guitar for a beginner is style. So if you look at all these different types of guitars, they all have a different look and a different style. And if one of them you really like the way that it looks, or it looks similar to one of the guitars that your heroes might have played, that's the last factor that we would consider in buying an electric guitar for a beginner. So these are the 4 key factors of how you would choose an electric guitar for a beginner. Thank you for watching our video on how to choose an electric guitar for a beginner. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.